So for video purposes, I've actually just serviced this car, but I've actually got the whole way through here in the red. I didn't need to service it once, but just for the sake of the video, I've serviced it for the last tier, just so some of you I know want to see what sort of speed it gets and what have you. So I'm going to do that. I was going to run through these last few races now. I should actually have shown you what upgrades I've got on it. It's not fully upgraded. I think I've got about 6 missing, somewhere around there anyway. The car itself seems to be quite a nice car. It seems to me to be similar to the Audi R8 ALMS or BMW M3 GT2. It's that sort of experty sort of specs on it. It's quite well balanced. It's pretty fast. You can drift it. Paint's a bit crap, but the actual car driving's pretty good. I can not really have any issues driving in any views either. All views seem to be quite good in this car, I think. The chase view in particular is a good camera angle for me. So that's obviously the little autocross first. So in the other two races, the cups I've noticed as I've been going through here, some of the cups, there's some long races on it. It actually feels more like a exclusive series than it does a normal series, this car. Or time limited series anyway. It seems very much like an exclusive one. That Porsche is 9 laps, that's definitely going to go into the red. So if the endurance is not too high on there, then I'll that's only 8.3 kilometres, so that's not gonna go into the red with that amount. So that's why I'm going to do that race first. I say not that it really bothered me anyway, but I'm just thinking about normal series for those of you that are quite new at the game. You want to obviously get as much as you can out of each service level. But I say on this car, I did actually get the whole way through in the red, and I could have done this last tier in the red as well, but just purely for this video purposes, the only reason I've serviced it. Out of the other Lambos, it maybe feels like the Murcielago, maybe something like that. Do you know, I don't actually know how Lamborghinis are actually so famous. I don't think they're a very nice looking car at all. They've definitely got none of the sort of gorgeous lines that perhaps a Ferrari's got. I mean, very much like a wedge shape, isn't it? It's like a wedge of cheese. They've got no sort of curves on them whatsoever. It's just like a. I don't really understand how they are so elite that they are. It must be the driving pleasure and must be different from Ferraris and other real high-end stuff. The actual shape of them is pretty boring and mundane. I think they've done well to must have done well to get where they are, I think. What's the cockpit like? I mean, that don't look very impressive, does it? Steering wheel's quite nice, but after that it looks a bit sparse in there. There's not much in the way of racy cockpit view with clocks and gadgets everywhere. I mean, on that steering wheel you got your lights on the left, what's that, maybe, ooh, I don't know what that is underneath the lights. I'm used to my car, I've got an old Jag, and I'm used to seeing things like electric seats and cruise control. But here seems to be, well, even that bit on, get that glove out of the way, that bit down there on the right beside the right wheel there, I mean, that's not exactly very, I mean, you've got the red power button, red go faster button, whatever it is, but if you get things like the M4 GT one, I mean, that looks far racier than that. Out of all the cars on this game, if these are an actual replica of what they are in real life, which they probably aren't quite, but if they were, and I could choose any car I could choose to own in real life, I would definitely pick a Pagani. They just seem to be different to everything else. On Pagani, right, so here's my upgrades I've got. So I've got 2 engine missing, a drivetrain and 2 body. I think that's it. Which has brought me to PR 78.1, and I don't think you need quite that to do the last race. I think it was 77, if I remember right. Yeah, I'll definitely have a Pagani because I think they've got the sort of styling of more of a Ferrari, but the cockpits in them are absolutely fantastic. Right, so 77 is the PR you need for the last one. So obviously I'm a little bit above that, only just above it. But if you, I mean, last couple were racing dollars. To me, racing dollars are of no relevance whatsoever. I haven't been for probably 2, maybe more than 2 years now. But I know a lot of you, they are. It is an important factor. But this car was actually quite cheap compared with most of them these days. It was quite cheap. I'm not sure if you can customise this. Right, so you can do rims. Right, so you can't change the paintwork at all on this car. And why you'd want to do that for 11 gold, I have no idea. How much are them going to cost you? 33 gold. So I obviously won't do any of that because I will no doubt fully upgrade this car at some point. So I've got 23 or 28 upgrades, so you could get 1 or 2 less than that, but the way the tiers go, you can only do what you can do. So this car is really good for me in chase view. I feel like I can drive this in chase view as well as I can cockpit view, or you know, my normal favoured hood view. Okay, real racing free. We're going to give you these Lamborghinis. You can put whatever paint scheme you like on it. Who the hell did they give a real racing free to do this paint scheme? Whoever it is, I need to be sacked right now. Definitely somebody used to be in the military, innit? I would guess that you could probably lap every single car on here on this race. It's been an extremely easy car to win. Not too dear either. I've spent 250 gold on this car, which in my last maybe year or 18 months where they've been giving these so-called free cars away, which almost all of them are not. I mean, even if you said you've only done racing dollar upgrades on it, well, that still isn't free, is it? Because you spent racing dollars. But all of this new series has got time limited time series, or time limited series, whichever way it is, for you to get the car. Seems to be a bit of a, I don't really know the right word really, but not really an update. It's very much like you've got a new AMG and a new Renault, which, to be fair, I think when you look at it you think, load of old crap, who wants that? They might well be good to drive, but you're not really going to get excited over an A-class AMG, and certainly over a Renault Megane. So they're not a lot of cop. The RSR I've already got, so they are giving you the opportunity to win that if you didn't win it last time. But, and that is a fine car. That car is wonderful to drive. But you know, we've already done that, so it's like a bit of a second hand. You know, well, I will give them that back again. Well, for the ones of us who've already got it, don't want it back again. This car is just another Lambo that looks the same as all the others. It's quite a nice car to drive, but there's loads of cars like this on the game. Nothing really puts this car apart, apart from horrible paintwork. The Lamborghini certainly do drive a lot better than the Ferraris. What other cars have we got? So we got this, the Porsche. So really, the update that they brought out is, it just seems to be they'll just chuck a few cars that you've already got, make them look a little bit different, and then try and extract, if you haven't got any of them. I mean, this is probably, I spent 250 gold, so you might get away with 200. But 200 for this, the Megane and the A-class AMG are going to be another, probably another few hundred each maybe. And if you haven't got the Porsche, that was not as dear as you would expect it to be, but still a good few hundred gold. So you're looking at an update where you're going to probably spend maybe between 1,000 and 2,000 gold perhaps, and between 5 million racing dollars, something like that probably. It is a nice car, this Lambo, don't get me wrong, it's a nice car, it's just there's just so many other cars like this in the game already. There's not many cars in this game, I must be honest, that I can jump straight in chase view and feel totally at ease with it. Very, very few cars for me are like that. So I've always liked the I just like driving these cars. Some people it's all about speed, they've got to be the fastest, they've got to be the quickest, and they'll go out looking for, so like that new Hong Kong time trial in the Formula E cars. Those, I've gone round there, I thought to myself, that ain't a bad time. I think I've done 47 something. But the ones at the top are doing 45 and 46, and I thought, there is no way you can beat 2 seconds quicker than me. You just can't be. You cannot get around that track 2 seconds quicker than what I'm doing it. Impossible. So there's definitely some sort of skullduggery going on there. Cheating of some description, or they're doing something anyway that I'm not doing. And then word has gone round lately that they're using the walls to slow down for the corners. But for me, that's, I don't want to do that. I like racing round here, and I like, you know, go driving round the tracks. I don't want to go along and then try and gently get grabbed by the wall to slow me down to be 1 second quicker. But that is how they're doing the times. But you get little things like that on. Go on. Oh, nearly. You get little things like that on all the time trials. But some people are so into the time trials that they will use anything they possibly can to get that 1 second quicker, or half a second, 2 seconds quicker sometimes. But I like driving the cars. Being the quickest, it's not that important to me. Right, so that's the Lambo finished. That's the only decent reward for Ferrari. I think it was 5, then 10, then 15 maybe. It's the only decent one, 45 years. So I think you end up getting about 75 gold back. So obviously I should level up again on my next race, so that'll take me to 1060. And then I've still got a few more series, so I should get back to 1300 over the next, well, certainly within the next week anyway. Right, I'm going to show us the car today or not? That's a horrid paint scheme, isn't it? There's a BMW one that's got like little lines all over the car, and that looks like the same sort of concept, but they've used bits of jigsaw puzzle, so it just doesn't look any good to me at all. Let me know if you're still going in this, or whether you're not going for it. Maybe you're going to pick the A-Class AMG or the Renault. Out of all the cars, the RSR 2016 is by far the best car. It is a beautiful car to drive. Let me know which one you're going to go for, and I'll see you on another one soon. Cheers.